What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Avengers Marvel Songbird from the Thanos Build-A-Figure series. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get this girl out of the packaging, and we'll see the rest of the review for Songbird. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Songbird posed and out of the packaging. Before we get on to the figure, let's actually have a look at what she comes with. Songbird does come with the final piece for Thanos. If you've been watching my figure, she comes with the right arm of Thanos. So once Songbird's review is all said and done, we'll actually have a look at Thanos. But for now, let's take a look at Songbird. Now, this is a really nice figure. She only does come with one accessory, and that's this really nice, beautiful effect on the back that she can wear. It's not really a cape, it's like this aura that she's making. I don't know the exact term for it, I'm not much of a Marvel fan, but you can see it does peg onto her back, and thankfully they did give her hair enough clearance that you can actually peg it into her back and have her looking straight, so I really do like that. But other than that, Songbird doesn't come with any other accessories, and I feel maybe this figure could do with an alternate set of hands, and we'll get more into that when we go through her details. So let's actually take a moment and get a closer look at Songbird. So here we have a closer look at Songbird now. Just like I thought, she does have this somewhat generic look to her, and it's not the figure's fault, it's just the way Hasbro sculpts the faces, and they could really sculpt the female faces a little bit better. I think one of the few ones that actually has personality is Mary Jane, but then they went ahead and used that for a Black Widow figure. So, like I said, their faces are sometimes generic, and I do feel like Hasbro does get lazy with the female faces, but she's still a really beautiful looking figure. With the exception of her hair. Her hair is done in this white plastic, and then it has these almost pink, dark red, magenta streaks going down her hair, but they're not the cleanest. It's almost like they were painting the figure's hair as an afterthought, and I really would have liked to see more effort and care into her hair. And it's just in the front, no shading through her hair, but it still looks really nice. There's enough crevices that the light catches it, and we get this really nice look. You can see she is wearing some armor right here. She has a pink symbol right there. The paint is, for the most part, clean on this figure. I was actually expecting it to be a little sloppy. It is a little thin right here on her torso, or on her lower torso, than it is on her upper torso. Moving on to her gauntlets, they are really nicely painted. And her hands, I don't really care much for these hands. I would have liked to see some alternate hands, maybe some fists, just something other than these open flying hands, because that really limits her posability, which unfortunately that is a thing. Again, you can see how nice her paint apps are. There's really not too many faults on the paint detail, so I really do like that. There's really not much more to say. She just has this, she's done in this really dark plastic, and right here it's the paint on the white plastic. So overall, nice looking figure. So let's actually get Songbird compared to a few other figures, and then we'll move on to her articulation. So here we have Songbird posed next to the Netflix Jessica Jones and the Marvel Now Deadpool, and you can see she's pretty much in scale with these figures. I really do like the way she came out. Moving these two off camera, so we can move on to Songbird's articulation. She does have the standard female articulation. She does have a ball in the neck, which, because her hair is not fixed to her torso, we do get some slight up and down on that ball joint. She also does have a hinge, which lets her look further back. She can look further down, although her hair does get in the way. Her head does turn left and right, and we do get some side-to-side pivot with Songbird, so I really do like that. Arms do a full 360, although you can see her armor does get in the way. So just be aware that when you're moving her arms, that her armor will shift, but then you have to realign it. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something to note. She has a single bend in the elbow, as well as some swivel. She has a hinge in the wrist, which goes back, forward, as well as rotation. She has a ball joint in the torso, which works really well, although I am a little worried that moving this might actually scratch the paint here, so do be wary when moving her torso, but we do get rotation, side to side pivot, forward and back. Not the best forward, and she gets better backwards movement, so there is that. Legs kick out really high up. You can see she's kicking further than most figures. She does go back. Out, not so much, but I really do like the fact that her legs kick out so far. That's really cool. She does have a thick thigh swivel, although it's really tight on mine. She is double jointed in the knee. No boot cut, but we do get a hinge in the ankle, which goes forward. Actually goes back, not so far forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, a really nice looking figure, suffers from lack of accessories. So let's actually get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up her review. And so here we have Songbird posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this figure came out. I love her little feathery effect, her energy effect, whatever you want to call it. I really do love it. However, I do feel this figure does suffer from a lack of accessories. The fact that she only has flat hands does limit her posability. It would have been nice to see her come with some fists, maybe some grasping hands. Just something other than the flat palmed hands. Other than that, she's a solid figure. If you can find Songbird, I definitely recommend you pick her up, especially if you're trying to complete the MCU Thanos. I did pick up Songbird and the rest of the Infinity War series from Big Bad Toy Store, so if you haven't already done so, check out Big Bad Toy Store and their Marvel Legends selection, and you can pick up your Infinity War figures. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel Legend reviews. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.